Okay, so I said I was going to try and take you through a bit of how I design the adapter from a throttle position sensor. I've taken a few measurements, so I'm going to make a bit of a start. Apologies if it's not as concise as it probably could be, but I'm winging this as I do most things. The overall width of the spindle is 8mm. And the D shape starts at 6mm. So, delete this. In theory, that's the shape of the D that I need. Now then, I understand you can't see what I'm doing off the screen. Probably should have set the GoPro up, didn't think. But anyway, I'm currently measuring the distance that the spindle has to go into the throttle position sensor. So that is 3mm it has there. No, 0.93, say 3.75mm. I have 17mm. I have 17mm to play with that I can make a decent wall out around it. So if I do it as even 12mm, that'll give me 4mm walls, which is pretty beefy. So if I finish the sketch, use the extrude function and extrude this and this by, that needs to go in. At 5mm. So I now have the bit that needs to go on over my throttle body. Sorry, I'm lost for words this evening. Now the bit that goes on over the throttle body. Use the sketch, extrude that, and that needs to go the other way, so minus, and it needs to stick out by 17.55 minus 3, so 17.5 minus 3, 14.5, 14.5. Get rid of the sketches. So in theory, that should be, do that, extrude that by 3. So that'll actually give it a bit more strength now as well, because now this isn't just on the surface of that, it's actually part of that. It now goes 3mm up into that there. So I'm going to export this and attempt a 3D print to see if it's like what it's like. I have everything home with me here, so I can hopefully put it together and see if it's going to work. So I'll try and set the GoPro up and do a bit of a time lapse of it printing, and we'll go from there. So this is the slicing program that you have to use after you've designed your model, really. This is the program that I use to get it ready for the 3D printer. So this is what the part should look like in theory. And the bits in red are the bits that probably would need supports. So I'm not going through all the settings over here. It gets quite complicated and even I don't know the half of them yet. So this is what it's going to look like. This is what layer line view. You can change the layer height basically so that it's finer or narrower. So this is a finer one. It's going to take 19 minutes at 0.16. I've done 5 layer height, I think. I wonder if I put that back to standard. 3. Right, we'll try it at that. See what it's like. Only going to take 20 minutes, so we'll get her fired out and see what it's going to look like if it's anywhere near the thing. Okay, so this side fits nicely into the spindle on the throttle position sensor. However, this side is slightly too tight to go into the new throttle position sensor. If you look at the actual sensor, it actually sort of comes back down like a Pac-Man sort of a shape. It doesn't go straight across as the D. So I'm going to try and replicate that now on the screen. So, sorry, I wasn't talking much there. I was trying to work out how that flipped actually do it. So, that seems to be that side with the new taper in it, and that side still with the D. So, we'll have another wee print and have a go at that. Okay, so Mark II printed. Trying to see if it fits. You can see the different shape there of the D on the end of that now. It's now like a Pac-Man sort of a shape. So it's time to try it and see if it fits. try it onto the spindle first, onto this. Perfect. And where we've set the sensor, unreal. It fits. Happy days. Need to see now whether or not it'll do full travel, or I need to maybe rotate the orientation of the spigot that sticks out. So I don't have any bolts home with me, of course, so I'm just putting this in temporarily into the thread holes to lock it into place. Seem to have full throttle, so I'm going to count that as a win. Love that 3D printer. It definitely makes my life a lot easier. So yeah, happy days. If you enjoyed watching the side of design and print and stuff, let me know. I enjoy doing it, so it's pretty cool to think that it went from that on the screen to fitting my throttle position sensor in about 20 minutes. So, and it seems to be that there's no real resistance in there. The sensor doesn't have a big spring in it or anything. So I would say it should just work. There's no real sheer force in it that it's going to snap or anything. So hopefully it'll do. And if it doesn't, I'm going to print 3 or 4 of them, put them in the glove box. And if it does go when I'm out, just a matter of 5 minutes on the side of the road, 1 8mm spanner, and we're back into action again. So hope that enlightened you as to some of the processes that go into designing and printing stuff to use in your car. If you like what you're seeing, give us a follow, give us a subscribe, and yeah, bye.